Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Investing with Karis Investment. My name is Ken, entrepreneur, investor in the stock market. In real estate, as promised, guys, I will be doing some videos today. I have been completely busy in the last few weeks doing a lot of different work in my own personal business. As I told you guys that I do investing in the stock market, in real estate, and of course, in my own business. So sometimes I have to mix the time up before I can create a video. But I have been very active online. There is a ton of content. There is a lot to discuss. I'm afraid it may not take one video, but in today I'll be discussing 4 stocks that I think are very, very important to take notice right now, because this is a time with opportunity is there, and I want to make sure that you guys are taking full advantage of opportunity before we missed out on these huge opportunities. So let's go right into the intro, and when we'll be back, we'll be discussing Lucid, and then we'll go Lucid 1, and then the next stock we'll talk about, and the next investment. So please watch the video to see what my take is. Again, this is all my opinion, but definitely it's worth your time. So again, guys, watch the intro and we'll jump right into what we're about to invest in today's and tomorrow market. Welcome back, guys, to Karis Investment. I'm currently in the aftermarket taking a look to see where I can make some profitable trades, or where I could find some great investment opportunity. Again, you got to look to make sure that you're taking as much time to do your research before you invest in the stock market, because this is very, very important. Now, if you guys are not an active investor, that is totally fine. You don't need to be a professional investor. You can be just somebody that wants to invest in a company and wait for price to go up, and then you sell and make a profit. Sometimes that's the type of investment that gives you the best return. Believe you me, guys, sometimes by just investing in the right company and be patient, then you can make a ton of profit. Now, if you recall, just around last year, this time, we did the same kind of investment in Lucid. We saw Lucid breaks $18 per share, was down quite a bit, and then we made a similar kind of investing, and then we look and see Lucid price went up. So I'm going to go on my screen right now so you guys could see what I'm actually talking about. So this screen is basically the Yahoo Finance screen. I'm using the charts today to make sure I could just give you guys an overview. Now, if we look back in the last year to date, we can see for the year to date, the price of Lucid shares was up a bit, just around $16.55 to close off the day. That's approximately still 53% down from what Lucid was. So if you guys were looking at Lucid early in the year, we can see Lucid breaks $40 per share. But since that time, slowly, with concern of revenue and of course of production, we have seen the stock price came a little bit down. Mind blowing. If you're invested in Lucid and if you're holding in the mid 30s, and if it's now in the 16, then definitely it's something for you guys to actually think about. A lot of you guys are completely blown away, and I know a lot of people, friends as well, that hold it so long was about to lose it. But I said, listen, guys, now is the time that if you did not own shares in Lucid, it's the perfect opportunity to buy more shares, to invest in the company, to go long term. This is how the stock market works. We'll see that stock price goes up high. If you're a short-term seller, those are the time when you need to sell and make profit. Now, the great thing about it, we can see that Lucid for the day was up just around 9%. So if you take a look at the charts, we can see that Lucid was up for the day around 9%. We see it was in the low $15 per share, and then it came back up. Just amazing run. We saw huge amount of buying and that was happening here. So if you guys were in the market, this would have been a perfect time to buy and hold some shares. Now, it's still not a bad time to invest in Lucid. I still recommend that, hey, if you're interested in this company, it is a long-term investment. in the next 5-6 months or 3 to 6 months will be very bleak in terms of revenue. We saw a few analysts actually wrote down the company that says revenue was expected just around 940 million. But a lot of people writing the company down, so revenue will be just in the mid 700. So that kind of take a huge hit in Lucid. And B as well, that we saw they applied for registration. They announced that it has filed a registration statement as well, because they're looking to basically raise cash, right? And this is the main concern why we can see the stock price have took a major beating, because news starts circulating that, hey, the company is trying to raise cash, and then a lot of people got panic and they think this is the end of Lucid. But personally, I do not think that this is the end of Lucid. I think Lucid still have a long way and a ton of opportunity that they can actually really bounce back from this. If you're an investor in the company, be patient. I still believe that Lucid will make a lot of profit in the long run. You just got to just fight through this next coming months. If you're purchasing in the high, I would say in the high 30s or even in the 40s, if you had bought shares in that price, then you really have no option right now but to hold and wait for price to go up. If you have bought shares in the 20s, it's still a little less loss than someone that bought it in the 30s and 40s. But still, guys, I think, in my opinion, of course, that Lucid will make a huge bounce back. No, it is investment, guys. Stock price could go up, stock price could go down. That part of the business of investing, you just got to make sure that we're doing our research to make sure that we are actually investing in the right companies that we know could produce capital. So again, I just want to close it off and said, in my opinion, do I think Lucid is a great investment? Absolutely. I think Lucid is a great investment long term if you're holding this stock. The EV market is going to continue to grow. We see more and more company and countries are leaning towards a greener world. So we know there's no turning back, and Lucid is in a great position to make big news. So again, if you're invested in the company, great. It all depends on the price that you enter in the trade. That will make a significant difference in what's going on. So that's it for Lucid, guys. I think Lucid is a perfect opportunity for anyone that want to make long-term growth. So if you're in the company, if you're in a high price, I would suggest we can hold shares for a little bit longer to see what direction the company is going. If you're in it for a short term play, you can purchase in the low 16, low 15s. You could try to offload some shares when it gets into the mid 25 and possibly wait to see if they're in a pullback. And then you could decide if you want to sell or if you want to keep your shares. Now, keep in mind as well, I want to recall something here. If we take a look back, this was back in January of 2022. We saw Lucid breaks above $40 per share. But then if we look back by the end of January to February, we saw it came down in the mid 30s. And then we saw it start going back and forth from that point. So if we even go back 2 years to date, it's a similar pattern. If we take a look back in January 2021 and February 2021, we saw Lucid broke out and crosses $62 per share. Obviously, that was still in the SPAC merger, so there was a lot of hype around the company at that time. But we did saw it came back down in the teens, as I said, in the summer of 2021. And then by the end of the year, we saw it rise above $43 and $50 per share. So I think personally that we will see something very similar in the company to actually bounce back. So again, if you're watching this video, guys, I am not telling you that you must go and invest in Lucid. All I'm saying is that you have to read the market. You have to do your research to see where you should enter in this trade. Me personally, I've gotten some shares today early in the morning, and I'm getting some shares if it drops again tomorrow morning. Just trying to get it as low as possible. As usual, please do your research before you invest in these companies, because anything could happen. Now, again, like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think, if you're buying shares or if you're not buying shares. And hey, let's see where the market takes us. But until next time, guys, peace out.